Today, we're diving into RabbitMQ, and we're going to look at it through a really helpful lens, thinking of it as a smart, super efficient postal service for your applications. It's a powerful idea, so let's get right into it.
So let me ask you a question. Does your system ever feel like a tangled web? Where everything is so tightly connected that if one little piece wobbles, the whole thing threatens to come crashing down? Yeah, it's a huge headache for developers.
And this slide just lays it all out, doesn't it? On the left, you've got that tightly coupled world. It's brittle, it's a nightmare to scale, and good luck maintaining it. But on the right, you have a decoupled system. Services are independent, they're resilient, they're flexible. The big question is, how do you get from that chaos on the left to that clean, orderly world on the right?
Well, that's where RabbitMQ steps in. Seriously, just think of it as the ultimate post office for your apps. It doesn't just dumbly pass messages along. No, it intelligently routes them, which lets your services operate on their own time. It can even absorb huge, sudden spikes in traffic, so your whole system doesn't get overwhelmed. Okay, so let's pop the hood on this smart postal service and see what really makes it tick. It all boils down to this idea of flexible routing, and it all starts at the post office itself. So in RabbitMQ, this post office is called an exchange. When one of your apps wants to send a message, it doesn't send it directly to another app. Nope, it sends it to an exchange. And the exchange has one job and one job only: to look at that message and figure out exactly where it needs to go next, all based on a set of rules. The most basic type of exchange is the fan-out. You can think of this one like a megaphone or a broadcast system. It gets one message in, and it just blasts an identical copy out to every single mailbox or queue that's listening. It completely ignores any addressing. It's just pure, simple broadcasting. Next up, you've got the direct exchange. Now, this is your standard, reliable mail delivery. A message comes in with a specific address, which RabbitMQ calls a routing key. The exchange looks at that key and delivers the message only to the mailboxes that have that exact same address. Super simple, super precise. And then we have the topic exchange. This is where the smart part of our postal service analogy really shines. This one allows for pattern-based routing using wildcards. It's like telling your mail carrier, hey, just deliver this to all houses on Maple Street, or anything going to this specific zip code. Let's make that totally concrete. Say you have a service that needs to listen for all audit events in your system. It can subscribe to the exchange with the pattern audit.events.hash. See that hash symbol? That's the magic. It means match 0 or more words. So this single subscription catches messages addressed to audit.events, audit.events.users.signup, and even audit.events.orders.placed. It is incredibly powerful stuff. Okay, so this routing system is amazing. It's smart, it's flexible. But what happens if the post office itself burns down? What about all that critical mail sitting inside? This brings us to a really important topic: reliability. And I mean, that's the million-dollar question, right? When a server inevitably crashes, can your business actually afford to lose that new sales order that just came in, or that user's vote? For critical data, the answer has to be a hard no. Losing messages is simply not an option. RabbitMQ's modern answer to this problem is something called quorum queues. So instead of just one post office, imagine you have a whole network of them, and they're all perfectly in sync. They use a clever consensus algorithm called Raft to make sure that every important message is safely copied across multiple servers. With quorum queues, data safety is job number one. And this table here shows you exactly what that buys you, in plain numbers. If you have a 3-server cluster, you can literally lose an entire server, and your queues will just keep on running without losing a single message. With 5 servers, you can lose 2. This is how you build systems that are genuinely fault-tolerant. So we've established RabbitMQ is flexible and it's super reliable. But how fast is it? Let's put it on the starting line and pit it against some of its biggest rivals in the high-speed messaging race. And listen, this isn't just some academic debate. This quote from a developer over on Reddit shows you the kind of scale we're talking about in the real world. A cluster that has to handle up to 100,000 events per second. At that level, performance isn't just a nice-to-have, it's absolutely everything. So when we look at raw throughput, just the sheer volume of messages you can cram through the pipes, Apache Kafka is an absolute monster. It can handle 500,000 messages per second or even more. RabbitMQ, you'll see, sits comfortably in that 50 to 100,000 range, which, by the way, is exactly the performance that Reddit user was looking for. But hold on, throughput is only half the story. The other, equally important side is latency, how quickly a single message gets delivered. And here the whole picture flips on its head. Nats and RabbitMQ are the leaders here, with very low latency. Kafka, because of how it's designed, takes a little bit longer. And this really shows you the fundamental trade-off. Do you need to move a mountain of data, or do you need to deliver one urgent letter as fast as humanly possible?
Which brings us to the final showdown. We've talked about flexibility, reliability, and performance. So at the end of the day, how do you actually choose the right tool for your specific job? Well, this table really boils it all down. You should choose RabbitMQ when you need that smart, complex routing or you're orchestrating complex workflows. You go with Nats for things like ultra-low latency microservices or cloud-native simplicity. And you pick Kafka when what you really need is to build a massive, high-throughput data pipeline. Each one has its own sweet. And beyond all the benchmarks and tech specs, there's something to be said for maturity and just reliability. This quote from a developer on Hacker News, I think it says it all. In the wild world of distributed systems, sometimes the most valuable feature is that it just works. So we'll leave you with this question to think about for your own work. What is truly more important for your next project? Is it the complex, flexible, intelligent routing of RabbitMQ, or is it the raw, fire hose-like speed you get from something like Kafka? The answer to that question will probably tell you exactly which path you need to go down.